Hey guys, this is Chris, the lower, slower board gamer, and every once in a while that old name still creeps up. This is Chris, and I watched IDJester do his ranking of his games last night, and I wanted to A, show him that what I had, and you guys as well, of course. And B, there was a B, but I didn't get any further than A in the alphabet apparently, so B just went so. But that's okay. If it's important, I'll remember it later. Let's get right to it. For those of you who are not familiar with BoardGameGeek.com, it is a place where you can record the games that you have, log how many times you have played them, you can rank them, all kinds of cool stuff. There's a lot more on here than just this. You can browse board games, different categories, mechanics of board games in order to see what might be available. Let's say you're interested in, oh, I don't know, area. There's no area control, area majority, or area influence. A lot of times you're going to see combat type games and something like that. Spirit Island is in there because you're trying to control an area when you're playing it. But you can search for stuff like that. They've got great forums that you can go to. You can shop the used market awards. There's new games on here. Community, as far as the BGG or Board Game Geek community things you can do there. Offer for help. But we are going to go back to my ranked list. This is how everything is ranked on BoardGameGeek.com, and I've got quite a few games. This is by alphabetical order, and you can sort these lists. So what we're going to do is we're going to do my rating. And in order to enter a game, you search for a game name, you pick it, you add it to your collection. You can mark it as owned or ordered, previously owned, stuff like that. And it's just, something if you want to be able to track how many times you play a game, or if you want to contribute to the community and rate it. If you want to be able to show other people the games that you have, or have it at a quick glance, without having to have it all in one place. You could always do a spreadsheet, but why not have it somewhere where other people could view it as well? So what we're going to do is, secondly, we're going to go to pubmeeple.com, pubmeeple.com, and when you get to Pub Meeple, you set up an account, and then you go to the ranking engine right there, and then you have your board game collection. See? So we're going to put in our username. I'm not going to include expansions, and there's other games I'm going to delete as I go through this. Probably poker, blackjack, crazy eights, casino. I'm not going to put card games in this. I have that there, so that way if I play something, I can put it on there, as far as plays and whatnot. But I'm not going to have it on the board game ranking, because it's not a board game. Go. And these are games that we have. You can just add the filtered, so the games that I have on my Board Game Geek collection that are not expansions, add filtered, comes over here, and I could go through and delete them now. I'll just do it as they come up. And then you go up here where the little throbbing orange light says rank. I have 109 items. Little more than half of what IDJ had. Yeah, whatever. So let's go through them. And also games I do not personally own. I'm going to remove them from the list as well. A friend of mine has Trial by Trolley. Let's get rid of it. Yes. Cristallo is not mine. Tiny Epic Dungeons over Stratomatic Pro Basketball. Yes. Stratomatic Baseball over Digging Deep Boxing. Yes. We'll describe some of the games that come up. Warfighter, you're probably familiar with that on the channel, and also Friday, a small little filler solo game where you are Friday and Robinson Crusoe lands on your island, and you do what you can to help to get him strengthened up so that way when the pirates come, he may not die. I'm going to go Warfighter, though. We're going to take that. Now, I do not own The Shining. I'm going to leave Mr. President in because I've got it coming. However, I'm not going to rank it high because I haven't played it. It's on the P500, and of course it hasn't printed or shipped yet, but I want to leave it in there, and it'll probably be higher once I get it. Stratomatic Pro Football or Star Wars customizable card game. Star Wars customizable card game is me and Ron, and we are cutthroat with that. Going with that. I've got another football game that I would pick over. Bullbound or Founding Fathers. Bullbound is kind of Founding Fathers is it is about the Founding Fathers, the Constitutional Congress, and it's not how you get things passed as far as what becomes part of the Constitution. It's how if you are the most influential politician. It has nothing to do with anything of substance except you being a politician. And it's actually pretty cool. Thematically good for me, so I want to pick Founding Fathers. I have Arkham Horror, the card game, on order from eBay, due here sometime next week, so I'm going to rate Stratomatic Hockey above it. Anything that I don't have yet, I'm going to always take the first game above it, and then I'll add it if I think I'm going to like it. I have the old Avalon Hill Faxon 5 and Fast Drive Football. I'm not really hot on either of these. Probably Fast Drive Football because I can solo it. Squad Leader. And a game that I don't play much anymore, Star Wars Classic Trilogy Collector's Edition, because I know all the answers. It's from the 90s and everything back further, so I already know all the answers, so let's give Squad Leader a go. Cascadia and Clutch Football is an old football game, card driven, and my phone is lighting things up, so I need to just turn that down. That's better. Avon calling. Cascadia is a tile laying game where you choose a habitat and also an animal like elk, red-tailed hawk, bear, salmon, fox. And it is about getting the most points. But it is a very cool little game. It plays decent solo. I haven't played it with more people yet, and I'm going to kill my phone. So let's hide it. Cascadia on that one. Gin Rummy, I'm going to remove that. Yes. Tiny Epic Galaxies or Space Empires? Tiny Epic Galaxies. Space Empires is a 4X, which is explore, exploit, some other X, and exterminate. And you take over an empire, and you try to expand your empire and take over all the others. Tiny Epic Galaxies is just like that, but it's in a small little box. You've seen it on the channel. And I enjoy playing Tiny Epic Galaxies more. Crazy Eights will remove. And actually, D-Day, I don't own. I gave that to a friend. I don't have it anymore. Quest for the Crew. Quest for Planet 9, which is a trick-taking game. Rummy, maybe. Scythe. I'm going to pick Scythe. Scythe is in a alter reality post-World War I where people are trying to build the greatest machines and find the factory that's in the middle of the map over in Europe and become the greatest, wealthiest empire after World War I. Pandemic Rising Tide is not owned by me. Dune Imperium Basketball Strategy. Basketball Strategy is a good older Avalon Hill game. It doesn't have the actual players. It's just positions. Some rudimentary stats that make some players better in some things and worse in others, and you place them in positions. 70s game. It's really fun. I enjoy it when I pull it out. Dune Imperium. My desert. My Arrakis. My Dune. I love this game. I love this game. It's been in the top 5 for a while, and I did this ranking earlier today before coming home. Just poops and grins I wanted to see, and some stuff has really shaken up. It really has. But Dune Imperium, one of the best. Inside pitch, baseball, and Yahtzee. Yahtzee's easier to play. Inside pitch, I enjoy it more. Baseball, card and dice game. APBA American Saddle Racing is fun. Munchkin Critical Role. We play Munchkin, our gaming group, and Critical Role. It only comes out when it's a Critical Role fan because it doesn't do anything for the others. I love both games. I've got to go APBA American Saddle Racing. And then there's Munchkin. Monopoly is our family blood sport. Monopoly Star Wars. It's cool. Star Wars, it's not the blood sport. It's not quite the same. It's Star Wars, but it's not Monopoly. We're Monopoly purists. So we're going Munchkin. Fortress America, the old game with Muammar Gaddafi on the cover of it from 1987 or 88, second of the Milton Bradley games after Axis and Allies. Really cool game. I picked it up on the cheap used from eBay last fall, but Ticket to Ride is just, it's a nouveau classic where you are trying to fill train routes across the United States or whatever version of this game you have. And it's a little bit of a race, and I enjoy that. So Ticket to Ride is going right there. Backgammon and Can't Stop. Oh, why'd they have to put those two together? You can't see me. That's not cool. I want you to be able to see me. What are we doing? Dink, 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 dink. I just realized I didn't have this stuff up and running. We'll put me up here because it's going to be out of the way for most of this stuff. And we gotta put the lurger where you can see it as well. We'll leave the pub meeple up so you can see where we are. Yeah, let's do that. That's better. Back to this. Can't Stop is a push your luck addiction. Played with dice, markers, and stop sign game board. Backgammon is backgammon, and Mom and I have played hundreds of games of backgammon over the years, but Can't Stop is just, yeah, that gets it. I no longer own Castles of Burgundy. It did not stick well with me. Somebody wanted it. I said, yours. So I do not own that game anymore. It's still on my list because I have it ranked and I have logged plays with it. History Maker Baseball, and yes, I have a copy of Escape from Death Star, the one that came out in 77 or 78, right after the movie hit. I do have a full, complete copy of this game. It's a fun, cool little game, History Maker Baseball. I do not own anymore. I gave to Philip. So that comes off. Because for baseball, I was going to be playing Strat, and I knew Philip would appreciate the History Maker Baseball better. Nothing on the game. It was not being used, and I knew that Philip would like it, and he has loved it ever since he received it. So I'm glad that I sent it to him. Philip Reynolds. We're going to take poker off. I'm going to take Ghost Stories off because I don't own the physical board game. I only played on Steam that one time with IDJ, so I'm going to remove that as well. I'm actually going to have only about 80 games or so when this is done. Payoff Pitch Baseball. Carcassonne, tile laying, trying to place your workers where you can get the most points. Shocker! But I love Carcassonne. It's a great game. Ethan and I play it a lot, so Carcassonne comes up. Dominoes and Catan. Dominoes is one of those games, kind of like card games. I'm going to take it off. Glory Days College Football, Forbidden Desert. I just gotten Glory Days College Football. Plays well. Anthony Crooks and Bleacher Bums Gaming. Selling it at SidelineStrategy.com, just like with Glory Days Boxing. Forbidden Desert has a cool little mechanic that moves the storm around as you're trying to not get lost in the sand and trying to not dehydrate and trying to find all the pieces to your steampunk ship so you can fly away before everybody bakes in the sun. So I'm going to go with Forbidden Desert on this one. No slam, Anthony. No slam. Forbidden Desert. I have the old Dark Tower. I got a few of these older games. I went around 2 or 3 years ago and started picking this stuff up. Architects of the West Kingdom, I do not have yet. I'll be getting that in the next week. I'm really looking forward to that. And since I don't have it yet, I'm going to vote for Dark Tower. Anytime there is a single vote for one of the games I don't have yet, I'm voting for the other game. Traditional card games, we're going to remove that. Pandemic and APBA Pro Football. APBA Pro Football takes 2.5 hours, and mostly it's only when Ron and I play. Pandemic, I love it. I use the On the Brink expansion, and even though I don't have that on here because expansions are excluded, in my opinion, there's no other way to play this. Haven't gotten into the Legacy Games seasons or anything yet. Just Pandemic, I love it. So yeah, Pandemic. Blackbeard, the old Avalon Hill pirate game, and The Hunters. I gotta go The Hunters. Yes, I gotta go The Hunters. Monopoly, Red, White, and Blue Race and Stockgar action game by Play.com. Monopoly's the family blood sport. I'm taking it on that one. Money Matters for Kids game, and it's not the greatest game in the world. It's roll and move, and it's got the paper money, but it is a game that my daughter really liked, and she and I, when we would play a game before she got old enough to start really playing a lot of other games, we played this game. It's on the list, and it's going to be a sentimental favorite, but it's low because it doesn't get out anymore. I still have it. I'll never throw it away. But Great Heartland Hauling Company, you've seen the videos on the channel, hopefully. That's a cool, fun little game. It's new. I'm going with that. And I'm going to describe games until we get to the pare it down and get to the nuts and bolts of everything. Sparkle Kitty. Yeah, say magic spells and their words on the cards in front of you. And if other people want to play, I'll play it. I'm not going out of my way to play this game. It's here, but once I'm playing it, it's fun. But Blackjack's out. Casino is out. The Resistance is you get about 2/3 of the people at the table are members of the Resistance, and 1/3 are members of the government. And then you try to send people out on a mission, and either they vote for it to succeed or to fail. It's a social deduction thing, and you try to figure out who the government agents are. But Casino we're taking out. Even though Casino, Ron and I will sit there and play that for hours. It's been a long time since we have, but we'll just play Casino for hours and hours and hours. Trick-taking game. Yeah. But we'll remove that. What do you meme Fortress Europa? What do you meme is like look at a picture of look at a cartoon or picture or whatever, and then you try to come up with the best meme for it. It's an okay game. It's kind of like along the lines of Cards Against Humanity. But Fortress Europa is going to win over that. Glory Days Boxing, Dead of Winter. Dead of Winter is zombies. You and your colony mates are trying to survive, so that way you survive the zombie apocalypse. But one of you could be a traitor, and they could be working against you and trying to get their winning condition, which is the game ends. So if the game ends, then they win. But you can vote them out of the colony, so they can't be overt about it. With Glory Days Boxing, I gotta go Dead of Winter. Because Glory Days Boxing is awesome. I love it. I've had it on the channel a few times. But Scrabble and Ming is kind of like a mahjong, maybe kind of card game. Old Chinese symbols and stuff like that. And I don't know how traditional it is, but I haven't played it in 25 years, and I've just never thrown it away. Scrabble. I no longer own Paramedics Clear. I don't own Rummy either, so I have to remove that. I don't own Balderdash. My sister does. I've just rated it. I don't own Labyrinth. I gave that to a friend of mine because I just could not quite wrap my head around it. So I'll remove that one. Onirim and Inside the Cup. Onirim, you've seen it. It's a solitary card game where you're trying to put down like colored or opposed symboled cards of the same color to unlock doors and get away from the nightmares before the deck runs out. Inside the cup golf is golf where you want to put the ball inside the cup. I love Oniron, so we're going to go with that. 1776, game of the American Revolutionary War. It's more of a generic kind of game with redcoats, colonials, Indians, some others. There are different scenarios you can do, cross years or the entire war. Old Avalon Hill game. Three Dragon Ante is a card game based on Dungeons and Dragons. I've only tried to play it once, and it just sits on the shelf. It's actually not mine, but it's in the house. I should just remove it because I don't own it. Cataclysm of Second World War. Stone Age by Z-Man Games, where you are people in the Stone Age trying to make your society get better by getting resources, building buildings, getting culture, feeding people. Cataclysm of Second World War is the beginning of the formings of the Second World War, 1933. And it's not necessarily historical. It is historical-ish in that certain world conditions exist and you navigate through those, and the war starts at some point, not necessarily 1939, not necessarily 1941. So it is, that's why they call it a Second World War. It's not a recreation. It's a simulation. Big game, long game, so it's kind of in the middle. Stone Age we get out a lot. Jar Jar's House of Sin, you gotta love a board game where one of the game mechanics is when two people go into the Nub Nub Hut, three come out. Stone Age. I don't have Top Fuel Edition anymore. It was meh, so I let it go. Tiny Epic Dungeons, Exploding Kittens. Exploding Kittens is a game about making kittens blow up for 6 sadistic little people. Tiny Epic Dungeons is cool. It's by Scott Alms, the same people that made Tiny Epic Galaxies and all the other Tiny Epic games, and it's very icon heavy. As far as what's on the cards and the tiles and everything. And once you learn the language of the iconography, then it's very easy to play, but it's got a steep learning curve, and it takes a couple of games, maybe 3, before you really start to penetrate exactly how to read and play the game. Once you do, it's a great game. Tiny Epic Dungeons. Now we are doing the melding thing. 22, yeah, we're doing okay, so we'll keep going. Explaining new games as they come up. Stratomatic Pro Basketball, I'll blast through when I can. Stratomatic Baseball over Warfighter. It's kind of gotta be. Warfighter over Digging Deep Boxing. Friday over Digging Deep Boxing. I don't have Mr. President yet, so regardless, I'm voting for Hunted. Star Wars customizable card games over Founding Fathers. And Stratomatic Pro Football over Founding Fathers. Undaunted Normandy I do not own. That is a friend of mine's game, so we'll remove that. Squad Leader, Fast Drive Football. Squad Leader. Trivial Pursuit, Star Wars over Fast Drive Football. I know all the answers. Star Wars. Oh, Cascadia over Nations, my new one, which is a civilization building game, and it plays so nice. I love this game. And as much as I love Cascadia, I'm playing Nations more. So Nations gets that one. Terraforming Mars and Corsair Leader. I've played both a lot in the last month and a half. But I have rekindled my love for Terraforming Mars the past couple of weeks. Terraforming Mars. Wingspan and Tiny Epic Galaxies. Wingspan, a game about collecting birds in your aviary. Who knew that this year this would be my #1 game? This is my most played game this year. By a factor of 3, I have played Wingspan over 100 times so far this year. Wingspan. I gave D-Day 3rd edition to a friend as well, so I no longer have it. And Betrayal in House on a Hill is somebody else's game. I just rated it because I played it. Dune Imperium over Inside Pitch Baseball. Yes. Basketball Strategy. Nope. Inside Pitch Baseball. Yahtzee over Basketball Strategy, because Basketball Strategy, there are no short basketball games. So, Yahtzee. APBA, Major League Baseball, and saddle racing. I've really cooled on APBA baseball. I really have. Saddle racing. Munchkin Critical Role. And the baseball. Ticket to Ride over Munchkin. Munchkin is one of those games where you play cards. You're kind of like a dungeon crawler. It totally doesn't take itself seriously because you can get a +3 bonus from Giant Pantyhose of Strength. You can get a +1 bonus from having a really awesome title. Fun game. And Fortress America. We're gonna go Munchkin. Monopoly Star Wars. Nope. Fortress America. Can't Stop in an old game, Varsity, the scientific football game, which I had on the channel once, and I don't know if the video is still up or not. I purged a long time ago, so I'm not sure. But Can't Stop, it's a favorite. Backgammon, yes. Chess and cribbage. Now I'm leaving cribbage in because I plays me some cribbage. I plays me some serious cribbage. This is not just a card game. This is a game. And I love chess. Chess makes the noodle work. Which one do I like more? I've got to go with chess. Gettysburg, which I got at Gettysburg. Probably the year of the anniversary, maybe the year after. 92 or 93. Is that right? No, 63. So 88 or 89. A couple of years after the anniversary then. But I've had it for a long time. It was my first war game. I had a friend who played war games in middle school, and I saw them, and I was kind of exposed to them, but I never saw them played. I never played them. He was like, "Don't touch it!" And I think he was playing Anzio at the time. And he also had Fortress Europa. But Gettysburg, yeah, that's going to be more current and more favorite than Escape from the Death Star. Remove ghost stories, like I said I would. Uno. Catan. Catan. Dark Tower and Forbidden Desert. I'm going to go Forbidden Desert on this one. Glory Days College Football, I'm going to go with that. Axis and Allies and Forbidden Island. Forbidden Island is a cool where you go around and you have to get all the relics and get back to the helipad and take off in the helicopter before one tile at a time. The island sinks out from beneath your feet. It's got a great timer and it is a fun game. Axis and Allies. You know Axis and Allies. I'll get that out in a heartbeat if everyone's playing. I've actually lent it to a friend of mine because hadn't played it in 2 or 3 years, and we played it 2 or 3 weekends ago, and I was like, I'm not going to play this for a while. You're new. I just taught you this game. Take it. You'll love it. And I know it'll be appreciated and cared for. Under the caveat that if he ever decides to get his own copy, I get that one back. Forbidden Island, Axis and Allies. I got to go with Forbidden Island, just for ease of accessibility on that one. Pandemic over the Hunters. Yes. APA Pro Football. Hunters is quicker to set up and for me more rewarding than the football game simulation. APA is my favorite football game, but I like Hunters. I'll play APA football before Blackbeard. Monopoly or Ticket to Ride Nordic Countries, which is just like Ticket to Ride, only smaller, and it's in the Scandinavian peninsula and also Denmark, and it's really fun butchering the names of those cities, and it's only 2 to 3 players, but it's a smaller map, so there's a little bit of a take that kind of thing, and I really like that game. I'm taking it over Monopoly. Great Heartland Hauling Company over Sparkle Kitty. And Money Matters for Kids over Sparkle Kitty because of the sentiment. Cards Against Humanity. The thing that one player will read is, what did Vin Diesel eat for dinner? And then you go around and everyone picks up answers from the cards they have in their hand. They put it down and generally ends up being the most revolting answer. And yeah. Cool bad things happen from this game. And I honestly think I would rather play that before the Resistance. It generally gets played more than the Resistance, both of which are party games. Yeah, me. Dead of Winter and Fortress Europa. Because I haven't played Fortress Europa in a long time, Dead of Winter is going to win that. Glory Days Boxing, same. 1960 Making of a President. I have P500 pre-ordered the solo thing for that and 4 or 5 other games that it comes with. So this is probably going to be lower on my list now. That may change after I get that and I'm actually able to play a suitable solo game. Solo now, it's back and forth and it's like, okay, yeah, cool, whatever, but no. But better than Scrabble. So, take it. Lords of Waterdeep, remove Rummy. As I said I would. Zombie Dice and Role Player. I have big time cooled on Role Player. It was fun playing with IDJ. We had a lot of blast doing figuring out how to hand the dice between our two things on a stream. It was really cool, and I enjoyed playing that game with IDJester. But just playing it myself, and I played it a bunch of times, and it's not what I was expecting it to be. It became samey real quick. And I've just really cooled on it. I would much rather play Zombie Dice, which is a push your luck thing where you try to get more brains before you get shot. Onirim over 1776. Inside the Cup Golf, nope. 1776 over that. Spirit Island, a new game this year. Catan. Everyone goes to Catan to settle it and try to exploit it and make themselves the best settler of Catan. Spirit Island, Catan fights back with the hooby-jooby spirits that are on the island and scare all the suckers into the sea, and it's a great game, and I do like it more than Stone Age. Tiny Epic Dungeons, Stratomatic Baseball. Warfighter and Tiny Epic Dungeons. I don't get Tiny Epic Dungeons out quite as much because of the iconography, and I got a feeling I'm going to have to relearn some things at this point because it's been over a month since I got it out. Warfighter, it's just, it's a good game. I like it. And for that reason, probably Friday as well. Digging Deep Boxing, I will take out Tiny Epic Dungeons ahead of that because Digging Deep is not Glory Days. Stratomatic Pro Basketball, yeah, sure. There are no short basketball games. Digging Deep Boxing over Exploding Kittens. Because Exploding Kittens. We have it. I'm ranking it. Star Wars customizable card game over The Hunted. Because that's just how much I enjoy playing that game. When I can sit there and force drain the bejesus out of Ron. And he can't do a damn thing about it. But I will take The Hunted over Stratomatic Pro Football. I will. Now, Mr. President, I said I would vote for the first game it came up against because I haven't played it yet. I suspect I'm really going to like it, but I haven't played it. I will put it over Founding Fathers. Squad Leader and Stratomatic Hockey. I really like Stratomatic Hockey. I enjoy it. I'm not a hockey nut by any stretch, but I do enjoy the game, the pace of that game. It's great. Squad Leader, I'm not going to vote for Arkham Horror first because I don't have it yet. I suspect I'm really going to like it, and I'm going to vote for it over Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. Nations I have. Nations I like a lot. Slightly more than Terraforming Mars. Nations. Cascadia, slightly more than Terraforming Mars. Clutch Football, we'll go Terraforming Mars. Of course, Air Leader over Clutch Football. Scythe and Wingspan. Wingspan still beats Scythe. No problem. It does. Tiny Epic Galaxies, because it's more accessible and enjoyed greatly, beats Scythe. Then we go Scythe over Space Empires. The Crew, again, it's just a trick-taking game. Space Empires over that. Dune Imperium over Caverna, because I describe how I feel about a game when I'm looking at reviews or playthroughs. If I find myself thinking, I'd really like to like this game, then I know I'm going to have the same reaction that I did with Caverna. It may be better with a higher player count. I've only played it solo, but there's a lot of overhead and not quite so much payoff playing solo. And if I find myself thinking, I need to get that game because I'm really going to like it, Hold that thought. Inside Pitch over Caverna, and I'd play Caverna over Yahtzee probably. Then there's Ticket to Ride over Saddle Racing, Munchkin over Saddle Racing, Fortress America over Saddle Racing, probably. Saddle Racing over Star Wars Monopoly, APBA Baseball over Star Wars Monopoly, Munchkin Critical Role over Star Wars Monopoly, Can't Stop over Chess, Backgammon over Chess, surprisingly. Chess over that, Cribbage, Carcassonne, and Gettysburg. Carcassonne. Payoff Pitch over Gettysburg. Forbidden Desert over Catan. Catan over Glory Days College Football. I haven't played it that much. I haven't fallen in love with it yet. Great game. I enjoy playing it. And I'll take it over Uno any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Same with Dark Tower. Architects. Oh, do I have to vote for Uno over Architects standing by my rule? Oh my gosh, Uno. And then you get to the games where I know I'm going to like that, so I need to get it. Pandemic was one of those. The Hunters was one of those. Forbidden Island was almost one of those. More so than APBA. APBA Football was one of those in 1983. Football Digest down at the barbershop in East Liverpool, Ohio. And that's where I wanted that game. And I finally got that game Christmas of '87 after we moved to Delaware. Currently, Forbidden Island. Pro Football over Axis and Allies, I think. Axis and Allies over Blackbeard. I don't play Ticket to Ride Nordic Countries that often. It's a me and Emily game. But I do like it better than Heartland Hauling Company. Monopoly. Sorry, Family Bloodsport. Heartland Hauling Company over the Racing Game over Money Matters. Dead of Winter over Cards of Humanity. Glory Days Boxing over Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I need to get it off that shelf if I'm going to say this. Fortress America over Cards Against Humanity. Ka over Meme. The Resistance over Meme. Lords of Waterdeep in 1960, The Making of the President. I've got to go right now without having the solo thing for Making of the President. Like I said, it'll probably be higher. Lords of Waterdeep. Anirum over Zombie Dice. Zombie Dice over 1776. Role Player, really cooled on it. 1776 first. Inside the Cup Golf first. Now we're getting to the top. We're close to 50% through, but now we're starting to really shake things up. And out of these two, I gotta go Spirit Island. I gotta go Stratomatic Baseball. I gotta go Warfighter. I gotta go Friday over Stone Age. I think so. Stone Age over Tiny Epic Dungeons. I would rather play Cataclysm of Second World War. I'm more likely to play Tiny Epic Dungeons. I would rather. Said the words, Cataclysm. Stratomatic Hockey, nope. Star Wars customizable card game because I know who I'd be playing it with and would enjoy it. Over Hockey, The Hunted. Stratomatic Hockey over Stratomatic Pro Football? Yes. Football over Squad Leader. I'm not voting Mr. President. Not the first time. Oh, well, then I have to vote for him now because I can't vote for Arkham Horror the first time. And Arkham Horror, the card game over Founding Fathers. Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, probably over Founding Fathers. Founding Fathers over Fast Drive Football. Eek. I'd go Bowlbound. Okay, Wingspan, my number one of the year. Nations, my number one of the last 2 weeks. Wingspan. Nations. Cascadia. Terraforming Mars. Tiny Epic Galaxies. Corsair Leader, Scythe. Why is Clutch Football up there? Why is Space Empires up there? That's weird. Space Empires. Oh gosh, I haven't played Clutch Football in 2 or 3 years, and it's against a crew. I think I would drag it out and play it again. Dune over Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride over Inside Pitch Baseball. Inside Pitch or Munchkin? Munchkin. Yeah. Rat on a stick. That's a weapon. Fortress America over Inside Pitch Baseball. I'd play the baseball. Caverna. Fortress America over that. Saddle Racing over that. The Cave Farmers lose to the Appa Baseball. Munchkin Critical Role. Monopoly Star Wars. Can't Stop over Carcassonne. Backgammon over Carcassonne because I'm probably playing with Mom. Chess over Carcassonne. Cribbage over Carcassonne. Holy crap, really? Carcassonne over the old football game. Payoff Pitch. Gettysburg. Star Wars. Okay. Pandemic over Forbidden Desert. Yes. We're about halfway there. Hunters over Forbidden Desert. Yes. Forbidden Island ahead of Desert. Yes. Appa Pro Football. Ahead of Desert, I think I would take Desert. And then I would probably play Catan. Appa Pro Football, Glory Days College Football against Axis and Allies. Probably Glory Days College Football, I think. Axis and Allies over Dark Tower. Dark Tower over Blackbeard. Blackbeard way over Uno. Dead of Winter and Nordic Countries. I love the Ticket to Ride games. And I've kind of cooled on Dead of Winter a little bit. It was my game that I played when you wanted to see me have a physical reaction to a board game. I don't know why. I just immersed myself in Dead of Winter, and that's how I played that game. A couple of times it was scary. Ticket to Ride I love. Dead of Winter over Monopoly. Glory Days Boxing over Monopoly. Monopoly over Fortress Europa, but we'll put that ahead of Heartland Hauling. This is dropping Heartland Hauling. Thinking about it tonight. Ahead of Ka. Red, White, and Blue Racing. I'm going to go Cards Against Humanity over Money Matters for Kids, but then I'm going to take that. Resistance over Sparkle Kitty. What do you meme ahead of Sparkle Kitty? Onirim over Lords of Waterdeep. Zombie Dice ahead of Lords of Waterdeep. Lords of Waterdeep over 1776. Making of a President over 1776. I'm not sure. I'm thinking 1776. Scrabble in front of the golf. Golf in front of Ming. Barely. Role player ahead of Ming. Here we are back at the top. Spirit Island. Stratomatic Baseball. Star Wars. Warfighter over The Hunted. The Hunted over Friday. Friday over Stratomatic Hockey. That's bounced way up there. That's interesting. I think Stone Age. Stratomatic Hockey. Stratomatic Pro Football. Cataclysm ahead of Squad Leader. I would want to. Dungeons Squad Leader. Tiny Epic Dungeons. Squad Leader over Stratomatic Basketball because basketball games are too long, which means I got to vote for it over Mr. President. But now I can vote for Mr. President over Digging Deep Boxing. And then I got to take Digging Deep Boxing over Arkham Horror, the card game, but I can take it way over Exploding Kittens. Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, Founding Fathers, Bowl Bound, Fast Drive Football. Facts 5 hasn't come up in a while. Here's 2 near the top. Dune or Wingspan. I've played the snot out of Wingspan. Still slightly like it better than Dune. Slightly. Nations. Cascadia. Dune, Terraforming Mars, Ticket to Ride, Tiny Epic Galaxies, Corsair Leader, Scythe, Munchkin's dropping. Went that far. Space Empires, Inside Pitch, Fortress America or Space Empires? I'm thinking Fortress America. Space Empires, Saddle Racing, APBA Baseball, Munchkin Critical Role, Monopoly Star Wars, Caverna the Cave Farmers, Yahtzee, Basketball Strategy. Okay, we're about 60%. Pandemic and Can't Stop. Historically, Can't Stop. Past few years, Pandemic. Can't Stop over the Hunters. The Hunters over Backgammon. Forbidden Island over Backgammon. Backgammon over Forbidden Desert. Chess over Forbidden Desert. Cribbage over Forbidden Desert. Carcassonne over Forbidden Desert. Payoff Pitch Baseball over Forbidden Desert. Forbidden Desert over Gettysburg. Gettysburg over Catan. Catan over Escape from the Death Star. APBA Football over that. Glory Days College Football over that. Axis and Allies over that. Dark Tower over that. Blackbeard over that. Star Wars over Uno. I'd probably sit and play Uno before I got out and played Varsity, the scientific football game, by myself. Haven't gotten Architects yet, so Varsity. And then it disappears. Wow, Architects is going to be low on this list. Just trying to move around a little bit and be comfortable. I think I need to stand up for a minute. So let me adjust the camera here real quick. Let's see if we can't get a more comfortable position to do this. So bear with me just a moment. Matter of fact, I'll be with you in just a moment because I can do cool stuff with OBS. Okay, so we get back to it, and I'm standing up. That's the DSLR, so I didn't move it. Onirim over Ticket to Ride. Nordic Countries. Ticket to Ride over Zombie Dice. Dead of Winter over Zombie Dice. Glory Days Boxing over Zombie Dice. Monopoly over Zombie Dice. Zombie Dice over Fortress Europa. Lords of Waterdeep over Fortress Europa. Fortress Europa. No. Making of the President. Then Fortress Europa. Heartland Hauling Company is dropping. Undo that. No. I would play that there. Then I would play that. Yeah. Oh. Cards Against Humanity or 1776. I'm thinking 1776. Cards, Scrabble, Money Matters, playing with Emily for sentimental reasons. The Resistance, Inside the Cup, Golf. What do you mean? Role Player. Sparkle Kitty. Okay, back to the top. This is part of what messes what has happened for the last year, because Wingspan is no longer on top. Stratomatic, Wingspan, Nations, customizable card game, Cascadia, Warfighter, Dune, Hunted, Terraforming Mars, Ticket to Ride, Friday, Tiny Epic Galaxies, Corsair Leader, Scythe, Stone Age, Stratomatic Hockey, Pro Football, Cataclysm, a Second World War over the Munchkin. I would play that. Munchkin, probably there. Tiny Epic Dungeons is dropped. Squad Leader over Inside Pitch. Now, Inside Pitch. Squad Leader, Fortress America. Space Empires. APBA Saddle Racing. APBA Baseball. Munchkin Critical Role, because basketball games are not short. And I'm not a pro basketball fan at all. But I'd play that before Star Wars Monopoly. Can't vote for that first off. I'll vote for it ahead of Caverna, though. Caverna over Digging Deep. Yahtzee over Digging Deep. Basketball Strategy over Digging Deep. Ugh. Clutch Football over Digging Deep. Digging Deep before The Crew. Arkham Horror, I can't vote for. Wow, Arkham Horror is way down on this list. Pandemic or Onirim? Pandemic. Onirim. Can't Stop. The Hunters. Forbidden Island. Ticket to Ride. Backgammon. It's like it's taking the odds and the evens all the way down the list, and then it's going to combine them for one last go through. Chess over Dead of Winter. Cribbage over Dead of Winter. Yeah, Dead of Winter. Carcassonne. Dead of Winter. Glory Days Boxing. Payoff Pitch Baseball. Monopoly. Forbidden Desert. Zombie Dice. Lords of Waterdeep. Making of a President. Fortress Europa. Heartland Holland Company. Red, White, Blue Racing. Gettysburg. Catan. APA Pro Football. Glory Days College Football. Axis and Allies. Dark Tower. Blackbeard. Star Wars Escape. Nah, 76. Play that before Ka, I think. I'm not going to get many chances to play it, but I'd rather. Uno over Ka. I'd play Ka. Scrabble. Money Matters. The Resistance. Inside Cup. Uno. What do you mean? Varsity. That is way down there at the bottom, and it should not be. So I'm voting it back up a little bit. I'm voting it back up. Spirit Island. This is going to be the last go through. So Architects is going to be way down there. Don't know exactly why, but it is what it is. Yeah, I'm sit back down, and I don't feel like going over there for the pause thing. Take about 15 minutes to get myself on it, so I'll just do this. Just do it this way. Strat. Over here so you can see my ugly face. Wingspan. Nations. Star Wars gonna stay there over Pandemic? I play Pandemic more. Star Wars over Onirim. Yes. Cascadia over Onirim. Lately. Onirim, honestly, before Warfighter. Warfighter. Dune. Hunted. Terraforming Mars. Nah, because see, now I'm going through this, and now Can't Stop is kind of, it's a favorite, but it is settling back down kind of where it belongs in the list, I guess. Ticket to Ride. I think I'd rather play it than Friday. Friday is awfully far down here. And the Hunters. Forbidden Island, Friday first, then Forbidden Island. But Tiny Epic Galaxies. Ooh, Corsair Leader. Scythe? Has Scythe dropped that far? Has Scythe dropped that far? I wonder. That's going to be interesting. Because this is different than even the one that I did earlier today. Chess, cribbage, Carcassonne. I'd rather play Dead of Winter than Munchkin. Glory Days. Oh, Munchkin is dropping. Munchkin is dropping. See, it normalizes over time. Your picks. Munchkin is dropping. Forbidden Desert. I'd rather play Munchkin than that. I think Tiny Epic Dungeons. Yes. Inside Pitch Baseballs. Might have to go through this one more time, but I'm getting close. Inside Pitch over Forbidden Desert. No, Forbidden Desert. Inside Pitch over Zombie Dice. Squad Leader. I think over Zombie Dice. Fortress America. Yeah. Zombie Dice over Space Empires. Easier to get to the table. Same for Lords of Waterdeep. Making of a President. Fortress Europa. I would rather play, even though it would take for stinking ever, and I don't have anywhere to set it up, but I would if I did. Heartland Hauling Company. Red, White, and Blue Racing. Space Empires. Then Saddle Racing. Baseball. Critical Role. Yeah, Critical Role. How do you want to do this? It's Thursday night. I haven't watched much of the current campaign, and we'll get into that later. I love Critical Role. Gettysburg, Stratomatic Pro Basketball. Gettysburg, I guess. Catan, basketball games are too long. APA Pro Football, Glory Days College Football, Axis and Allies. I want to play a game that long, I'd rather it be World War II than basketball. Dark Tower, even. Blackbeard. 1776. You see, it normalizes, and Stratomatic Pro Basketball is tanking. Rather play it than the Star Wars game. Oh, haven't had this one yet. The 1978 Star Wars Escape from the Death Star game, made by, I'm sure, Kenner. Or the Parker Brothers Monopoly Star Wars Limited Collector's Edition from 1997, I think. I'm not sure. I think just because it's Monopoly. And I'm voting for these newer games now. I'm getting them up into it a little bit. I'm going to vote for them. I really don't like Caverna. That's how much I don't really like Caverna all that much. I've never played more than one player, to be fair. I really don't like it. I think I'd rather play it than Ka, though. Yahtzee. Basketball games are long. Not as long as Scrabble sometimes. Clutch football is just juggling around the bottom. Are you sure? Are you sure? Money Matter for Kids, a game over Digging Deep Boxing. Yeah. The Resistance. Yeah. Digging Deep over Inside the Cup Golf. Yeah. The Crew ahead of Inside the Cup. Voting for Arkham Horror. It's way down there. Trivial Pursuit. Founding Fathers. Bowl Bound. Inside the Cup over Fast Drive Football. Fast Drive Football over Uno. Faction 5 over Uno. Uno over Exploding Kittens. What do you mean? That and then Sparkle Kitty. Oh, Voting for Architects to get it up. Role Player over Exploding Kittens. And Exploding Kittens or Sparkle Kitty. I'd rather play Sparkle Kitty. And Exploding Kittens. Okay, now. You can pause if you want to and go back and see it, but I figured we would go ahead and do this kind of thing right here where we're just going to compare everything. We're going to go up to number 80 here, all right? And we're going to go back and forth, and we're going to look at how I rated my games. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. I got rid of some of these. Let's just look at the rank. That's what everybody wanted to see. That's what everybody came here for. So ranking. Bottom game, Ming. I've just never thrown it away in the last 30 years. Exploding Kittens. Juvenile. I'm juvenile, but it's a special brand of juvenile that I just don't resonate with. Sparkle Kitty, Role Player, Architects of the West Kingdom. I don't know how it got that low in the votes. I couldn't vote for it the first time. And it kept coming up against card games and other games that I don't own, so it kept just getting dropped. That's probably what it was. Varsity, the scientific football game. I would put Architects of the West Kingdom way up. Top 50. Having not played it, at least, if not more. Number 80, what do you meme? So now we're going to look at, well, you can see number 69 there. Let me do this. Number 80, what do you meme? Number 79, Uno. Number 78, Facts and 5. 77, Fast Drive Football. 76, Inside the Cup Golf. 75, Bowl Bound. 74, Founding Fathers. 73, Star Wars Trivial Pursuit. 72, Arkham Horror the card game, and that'll be much higher after I get it, I'm sure. 71, The Crew, The Quest for Planet 9. So let's go up and check out 70, Digging Deep Boxing. 69, The Resistance. 68, Money Matters for Kids, game I play with Emily. 67, Scrabble. 66, Clutch Football. 65, Basketball Strategy. 64, Cards Against Humanity. 63, Yahtzee. 62, Caverna. That's actually kind of high on the list. I did not expect it to be that high up off the bottom. So it really doesn't resonate with me. And Star Wars Escape the Death Star. That's 61. Number 60 is going to be Escape, Mr. President, the American Presidency, 01 to 20. That's about where I expected Arkham Horror to be, and also Architects. So that's about where they actually would be. 59, Monopoly Star Wars. 58, Stratomatic Pro Basketball. 57, 1776, Game of the American Revolutionary Wars. 56, Blackbeard. 55, Dark Tower. 54, Axis Allies. 53, Glory Days College Football. 52, APA Pro Football. 51 is Catan. Now we're getting into the top 50. We have number 50, Gettysburg. Number 49, Munchkin, Critical Role. 48, APA Baseball. 47, APA Saddle Racing. 46, Space Empires. 45, Play.com's Red, White, and Blue Stock Car Racing. 44, The Great Heartland Hauling Company. 43, Fortress Europa. 42, Making of a President. 41, Lords of Waterdeep. Getting in the top 40. Number 40, Zombie Dice. Number 39, Fortress America. 38, Squad Leader. 37, Inside Pitch Baseball. I want you to see the emotions when I read some of these. 36, Forbidden Desert. 35, Tiny Epic Dungeons. That has really dropped, and it's because of the iconography and the learning curve, and That really dropped. Munchkin 34. Monopoly 33. Come on, do it right. Right there. Monopoly. Monopoly. Why are you not doing it? Come on. There. Payoff pitch baseball 32. Glory Days boxing 31. Not too bad there. We're in the top. Let's get to the top 25. That seems like a good place to be. And then we'll go up to the top 10. Number 30, Dead of Winter. Number 29, Carcassonne. 28, Cribbage. 27, Chess. 26, Backgammon. And now we're into the top 25. Still see everything fine. Well, 25 show 11. It just will. Number 25, Cataclysm, a second world. Oh, you butt face. Cataclysm, a Second World War. 24 is Stratomatic Pro Football. 23, Stratomatic Pro Hockey. 22, Ticket to Ride Nordic Countries. 21, Stone Age. 20, Forbidden Island. 19, Scythe dropped. 18, Corsair Leader, nowhere near as high as I thought it would be. 17, Tiny Epic Galaxies has dropped. What have I done to my list? 16, Friday. 15, The Hunters. 14, Can't Stop. That sucker's an intruder, but it's a great game. 13, Ticket to Ride. 12, Terraforming Mars. 11, The Hunted. The Hunted over The Hunters. Okay. That's not how I would have ordered them, but that's it. Guys, we're in the top 10. Number 10, Dune Imperium. Number 9, Warfighter, the World War II tactical card game, Europe. Warfighter's number 9. Onirim is number 8. Cascadia is number 7. Best Sobel, one of the artists for Wingspan, which you haven't seen yet. Where will it be? Not where I expected it would be when I started to do this. It's kind of freaky. Number 6, Star Wars customizable card game. Oh, Reactor Terminal, how I love thee. Let me count the ways. Number 5, Pandemic. Number 5. 4 to go. Number 4, Nations. Has cracked my top 5 after 1 week. Says an all-time. But yeah, Nations has cracked the top 5 in 1 week. That ought to say something right there. Number 3, Wingspan. It says right over there, Wingspan. All the way over on the end of this line right here. On the other side of the word start, there's a big 3 and it says Wingspan. Played it. How many times have I played Wingspan so far this year? You ready for this? Okay, my plays, and this is total and overall. But my logged plays, since I've started using Board Game Geek at the end of 2019, I have logged 3 more plays of Wingspan than I have of Stratomatic Baseball. If you look at my rating of games, Wingspan 9.1, Scythe, which is all the way down in the 20s, 9.05, Stratomatic Baseball 4th, but Wingspan is 3rd. Who's number 2? Yeah, I know we haven't done Stratomatic Baseball yet. Where's number 2? Here we go. Drum roll, please. Stratomatic Baseball is number 2, and number 1 is going to be Spirit Island. And I really did not expect Wingspan to be dethroned. I really didn't think that would happen. I really did not think that was going to happen. Spirit Island number 1. Very interesting. I have Spirit Island at 8.8, just under the 9, so I actually have it ranked 7th of my ratings. That's very interesting doing the Pub Meeple thing. So yes, I did it IDJ. I've done it before. I'll do it again. But I wanted you to see that that is something that I've done before. And actually, I've never done it with being a member of Pub Meeple. So I did get my own account instead of just doing the rankings. You don't have to join to import your Board Game Geek collection and do a ranking like that. So that's it. Wingspan, Dethroned. It's been my favorite since December 24th, I believe. It's been my favorite, and in the last 2 weeks, it's been upended. And in the last week, another game has come from unowned to top 5 in nations. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool seeing that. Sport games, where do they fall? Everyone's going to want to know that. Stratomatic Baseball is number 2. Then you have Stratomatic Hockey at number 3. Pro Football 24. Glory Days Boxing 30. Payoff Pitch 31. Payoff Pitch 32. Inside Pitch 37. Red, White, and Blue Racing 45. APA Saddle Racing 47. Baseball 48. APA Football 52. That's weird because APA Football is my favorite of the APBA sports. Why is it at the bottom? That's weird. Wow. That's weird. Yeah, so that's that. How about war games? I'm getting into war games. People are probably curious what I would consider war games. Warfighter at 9. The Hunted at 11. We're going to say The Hunters at 15. Corsair Leader at 18. Cataclysm, the Second World War at 25. Squad Leader 38. I know it's a board game, but Fortress America 39. I wouldn't call The Making of a President by GMT 1960. I wouldn't call that a war game. I don't know exactly what you'd call it. Simulation, maybe? I don't know. Fortress Europa at 43. Space Empires, I suppose you could call a war game, though I wouldn't consider it a traditional kind of war game. It's a 46. Gettysburg at 50. Axis Allies at 54. Board game, I know. Blackbeard, it's Avalon Hill, and there's fighting at 56. 1776 at 57. So a good spread of war games as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you, the peoples. If you have any questions, comments, likes, whatever, put it down in the comments. Talk to me. Let me know what's going on. Any questions, please put a timestamp in, so that way I can go to that point in the video and I can see how I need to answer your question. Give me a thumbs up, man. Like it. We're going to thumbs up. Subscribe. Click the dinger bell thingy. That way you'll know whenever content is uploaded. Guys, thank you very much for watching. And as always, keep on a-rolling. Oh, I'm Chris, the lower board gamer. Just in case you were wondering. Peace!